Hello and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at the deck list for Bakugan Battle Planet Resurgence Darkus HydranOid Starter Pack. Let's start by looking at the creature cards. First we have Gortheon with 300 battle points, 1 damage, and Victor draw a card. Next we have HydranOid Ultra with 500 battle points and 3 damage. Finally we have Nilius Ultra with 200 battle points and 3 damage, and if he's holding a Helix, plus 200 battle points and double strike. Now let's move on to the cards in the actual deck. We get 2 copies of an Aquos card called Aquos Splash for 5 energy, and it grants us plus 1,200 battle points. We get 1 copy of an Aquos card called Deep Dive. It costs 1 energy, and it allows us to draw a card and re-roll our Bakugan. We get 1 copy of a Darkus card called Mind Control. It costs 5 energy, and it allows us to steal an action card from our opponent's hand and play it for free. We get 2 copies of a Darkus card called Dark Path. It costs 2 energy, and it grants us plus 300 battle points. We get 2 copies of a Darkus card called Dust to Dust. It costs 3 energy, it grants us 300 battle points, and if you discard a card, you may draw 2 cards. We get 2 copies of an Aquos card called Blinding Ink. It costs 2 energy, and you can negate the action card of an opponent that costs 3 energy or less. We get 2 copies of a Darkest Hero card called Lightning. It costs 2 energy, and whenever we open a Bakugan, it gives that Bakugan plus 3 damage. We get 2 copies of a Darkest card called Shadow Dogs. It costs 4 energy and requires us to re-roll our Bakugan. But if we do, upon open, it grants us 400 battle points, and if we beat our opponent in the battle, it requires them to discard 2 cards. We get 2 copies of a Pyrus card called Air Zero. It costs 2 energy, and we may reveal the top card of our deck, and if it's not a flip card, play it for free. We get 2 copies of a Darkest flip card called Sonic Shield. It costs 1 energy, and allows us to stop a Bakugan holding a fist or a flaming fist. We get 2 copies of an Aquos card called Dark Waters. It costs 1 energy, and it grants our Bakugan plus 200 battle points, and it allows us to re-roll our Bakugan. We get 2 copies of a Darkus flip card called Darkus Snare. It has 0 energy cost, and allows us to stop a Bakugan holding a magic shield. We get 2 copies of a Darkus card called Darkus Petrify. It costs 2 energy, and allows us to negate 5 damage. We get 2 copies of an Aquos card called Mud Pit. It costs 4 energy, and it grants us plus 400 battle points. And if we played another card this turn, it grants us plus 4 frost damage. We get 2 copies of a Darkest card called Shadow Cloak. It costs 5 energy, and grants plus 10 damage. And if our Bakugan is holding a shield, Shadow Strike. We get 2 copies of a Darkest card called Thunderbolt that costs 1 energy and grants plus 3 damage. We get 2 copies of an Aquos flip card called Deep Freeze. It costs 1 energy and allows us to stop a Bakugan holding a shield or a Helix. We get 2 copies of an Aquos card called Water to Ice. It costs 3 energy and grants us plus 5 damage. And if our Bakugan is holding a shield, draw a card. We get 2 copies of a Pyrus card called Flame Wave. It costs 3 energy and grants us 600 battle points. We get 2 copies of an Aquos flip card called Freeze. It costs 0 energy and allows us to stop a Bakugan holding a fist. And finally, we get 2 copies of a Pyrus flip card called Constrictor. It costs 1 energy and allows us to stop a Bakugan holding a fist or a Helix. Thanks for watching the video. See you next time.